How's it going, everybody? So today I'm going to be showing off our new modded Xbox 360 that we're rolling out with, and it is packed full of games. This is a 9 terabyte Xbox 360 build, and I'm just gonna kind of go through everything and just try to show off as much as I can and explain and answer all the questions that we have had from previous customers. So what you're looking at here is the menu that has Xbox 360, original Xbox, Xbox Live Arcade, a bunch of emulators, all kinds of stuff. So, to filter through it easily, on your controller, you can hit the RB or LB, that's the right bumper or left bumper, and I hit LB, and I will just kind of go through each of these menus and show you everything. So, I'm going to hit A on original Xbox. And currently there are 212 original Xbox titles that we have on here. And if you just scroll through, you can either do it one by one with the D-pad or the left joystick, or if you hit R1 or L1, you can scroll a lot faster, or you can also just hold it down and scroll through everything. And then when you find a game, you can just click on it and it'll boot right up and you're good to go. So now we're going to hit one of the LB again, and we're going to go to the next thing, and I'm going to do 360. So just hit A here. And there are 1,256 Xbox 360 games currently in here. And again, should be the full library, minus a couple sports titles. Just scroll through here, and when you find a game, you just click on it and it boots right up. And we'll go on to the next menu, Xbox Live Arcade. And here you have 687 Xbox Live Arcade games. And again, just scroll through. You can pick a game you want, and you just boots right back up. All right. Same with Connect. Connect does work on this 360. There, it is patched in, all ready to go. So here are Connect exclusive games. If you want to play any Connect games, there are 134 Connect. And so last played. This is if you don't want to scroll through the 2,000 plus games. If you go to this menu here, it's going to go to the last game that you had played, and it will be right there for you. And let's go to emulators. So this is pretty neat. So these are all full libraries of emulators, and I'm going to actually go through each emulator and just try to show you in case you have any issues if you're trying to play anything or whatever, um, just some tips and tricks on how to navigate them. So let's start with NES. So I'm going to boot NES up, boots right on in, and here we are. Here's all your NES games, and you just can click on NES game, and it will load right up. Just hit A, as you can see right there, and you're good to go. If you want to go back to the home menu, just hit the button on the Xbox, the logo, and click home. And as you can see, the at this part of the video you can fast forward it, but I'm going to leave it as real time so you can see that it needs to load 2,300 games. And we're back. All right, let's go to the next emulator. And here we are at Game Boy Advance. There is a profile that is on there that you have to keep that, as that's why I named it Keep Me. That profile needs to be there to run certain games. So you just click on that profile and just hit X again on the internal hard drive you see right there, or A, sorry. And for this, you can go to Games, and here are your games. The game selection menu needs to be, if you see at the top there, Game XEX location, it needs to be on that. So that's where your current device should be pointed straight to that menu. And then again, just click on the game you want to play, and it'll boot right in. Let's do Super Nintendo now. Alright, so I'm going to select that. I'm going to select Games. And as you can see, the current device, it has to be on Game. If you accidentally, let's see, but yeah, at the top there, the current device, it just needs to be on Game, and then you can just select your game here, and it'll boot right in. So I just hit A on a game, just so I can show you that it boots right in. And here we are, and we're off. And then whenever you're in the game, or whatever it can be, you just hit the home button here, and go right on back. Alright, and then on Sega. Alright, now you can see in this, if it boots up and it says current device, the games are not So all I did was, sorry, I had to figure it out, remember how to do it. I hit RB. If you can see right there at the bottom right, it says switch devices. So sometimes it'll automatically be set to a different device location, and that's fine. You just need to switch the locations. So all I did was hit RB and I switched to devices location. Now you can see at the top it says current device game XEX location. So that's, if you saw like on the other emulators we played, it was already set to there. Um, but if for some reason auto goes back to something else, you just can hit that bumper and switch it till it comes up to game. And then again, you can just click on a game and it will boot up and play. Let's go. And now we're back. And yeah, it's the same thing with arcade and MAME. I'm just going to show you our PlayStation 1 last here. So on the PlayStation emulator, there's about 200-ish PS1 games on there, but it's pretty easy. You just scroll through and pick a game you want to play and go from there. And I will, let's see, what's a fun one? So you just find a game, and I just hit A to select the game. And now you're playing PlayStation and Xbox. And then one last thing I wanted to show off is in applications. So in here, you won't really need to mess with anything in here. But these are all just apps that make the Xbox work. But the main app you're going to need if you ever come in here is this app right here. these are indie games, so this is a whole nother dashboard. So if you saw there were like 2,300 original, 360, arcade, all that kind of games in there. If you click on this, you're gonna get a full library of indie games. And there we go. It's starting to load. And this is another additional 3,400 plus playable games. And these are all indie created games. They're like homebrew games that just people have made or whatever you have it. And here we have another 3,000 playable games. You just scroll through there, and a lot of these don't have cover arts, just because a lot of them are just fan-made stuff, and some people didn't really take the time to make the cover, but the games do work. So you can just kind of scroll through here. There's a lot of really very random games in here, but there's some fun stuff. But in here is just all your indie games. And then if you did want to go back, you would go back to the home default browser right there. But that is everything when it comes to the Xbox 360. This is our 9 terabyte build. And if you're, we're going to put a link in the description below. But if you are interested in checking them out more, or if you want to send us more messages or interested in buying one, we do a lot of streaming on Whatnot, and we show these off in the evenings usually. But that would be a way to reach out to us if you are interested in anything like this. But the description will be in the link below, or the link will be in the description below.